The dating market today is so fucking busted. It's hard to meet women. Even if you do meet a woman, you gotta have some type of money. And if you're broke, you're gonna be single for a while. That's just the unfortunate reality. I wish I was dating right now. I'm not even trying. Like, I took myself off the apps. I don't want to get into that, but the apps suck. Talking to people seems, at least like in my head and probably in your head too, just so fucking daunting. And then if you do find someone to talk to, find someone to connect with, you gotta have some money. Like that's just the bottom line. You gotta have a decent paying job. And once you have that, you have a decent paying job, hopefully a vehicle, and preferably your own place. You gotta have those three things in order to date successfully. Because if you don't, you're fucked. And right now, I'm fucked situation. Now, I do got a car, obviously, but don't live on my own. Still fucking unemployed. Hopefully that'll change soon, but who fucking knows. And it's pretty lonely. It's pretty fucking lonely. Like, I was thinking about it, like, probably a few days ago, like, I want to get back out there and date. But what was, I can't do that. I mean, I guess I could do that, but obviously the mental blocks of doing all that is exhausting. I need to find a job first, try to get my own place. Just have those things would make it a lot easier. And listen, if you're a woman out here, I try to put myself in the other person's shoes. You wouldn't want to date someone who had no job, had no car, had no place of their own. I think that's fair. I mean, I think men expect certain things from a woman, and then women expect certain things from a man. Pretty simple. I don't think that's too much to ask for. But like, if you are a man and you want to date and you don't have all three of those things, or maybe two out of the three things, depending on where you live. I know some places, you don't really need a car. But if you don't have a job and your own place, you're not going to be able to date. And honestly, you don't deserve to date until you get that shit situated. And I did read a statistic that over half of people under the age of 35 live with their parents. And I guess that's a bigger problem with trying to find an affordable place to live. But it feels like you can't date anymore. It feels like it is impossible to meet someone you're compatible with in real life. The apps, again, are shit. I've never enjoyed using Tinder or Bumble. And like, even when I moved back home, I'll talk about my personal experiences for a little bit. Even when I moved back home, I was unemployed sporadically, and when I was on the apps, like, I had a not a great time, but sometimes when I did match with someone, good conversations, all of that, maybe get their snap or number, whatever, and again carry the conversations off the apps. But then I would just stop talking to them. The mental block in my head, I would just stop, because if I wanted to continue this, I would have to ask her on a date, which I guess is not a problem. But then, like, paying for the date, revealing more information about myself, I would never reveal too much when talking to these girls, because, like, I didn't want them to know, like, I was unemployed and I was living with my mom. And, like, living with your parents is nothing to be ashamed of. But when you're trying to date, it's like, oh, like, are you going to move out? Are you working on yourself? It feels like it's shameful, because you shouldn't be in this position, especially when you're trying to date, especially, like, I'm pushing 30. Like, it feels like I'll never find love, and I'll never find someone who will want to date me. And I know that's, I shouldn't think that, and I don't think that's true. But just not having those essential things to make yourself more desirable to date is a real mental roadblock. Because I know a lot of men out there, and probably some women too, want to be dating, want to put themselves out there, And it just feels like it's impossible. Like, I know for me, I want to find like a decent paying job so I can move out and then, start dating again, because you want to leave a good first impression. I think when you have more money and you have a place, you're more confident. When I was living on my own back in 2022, like, I was doing that. I was dating, I was hooking up with girls. It was fine. I had a lot of flakes too, but I was a more confident man when I had those things. Now, I don't feel like I can do any of those things at this current moment. And it sucks. I wish it wasn't like that. And I know a lot of people feel the same way. Feel like they just can't date. They can't put themselves out there because they are not financially ready. They're not the person they want to be in order to be a potential good partner for someone else in a relationship. It sucks. I didn't think I would be in this position at this point in my life, but I think that's just a new normal now. Dating is something only the employed can do. Dating is something that is not accessible for someone who is broke. It's not for the broke boys. You're a broke boy, you can't date. Or at best, you can't date as successfully as someone with money. And that's just the truth. That's all I wanted to say on that topic. Quick little video. I'm on Twitch streaming. I don't think I have anything else I want to plug. Got to get my money up. Until next time, get your money up. Maybe you'll be able to date. And maybe you'll be a little bit happier.